My boyfriend is voting for the annoying orange during this election and letting me know he has the IQ of a communal toilet. I caught my boyfriend dying of laughter at Tony Hinchcliffe's joke where he called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean. I thought he would be offended on my behalf since I'm Puerto Rican, but he was actually wheezing for air and replaying the clip over and over. I asked him why he was laughing, and I was shocked to hear him say, "Because he's right." I reminded him that I'm Puerto Rican, and he said, "But you're not like them because you live in America." I was confused and asked him if he knew that Puerto Rico is part of America. He didn't answer and just told me that Trump was right about the left not being able to take a joke. To make matters worse, he said this is why he's going to vote for Trump. My heart actually dropped when he said that. I told him that Trump is going against everything America stands for. With him as president, we're going to regress 50 years. He said that wasn't true because Trump is a really good businessman and he will make America great again. I wasn't sure which Trump he was referring to because it couldn't possibly be Donald Trump. Regardless, I told him that he bankrupted a casino, had a failed football team, had a failed mortgage company, and a failed board game. The list goes on, but the point was he couldn't run those simple companies, so how could we expect him to run an entire country? Especially when he was fired from the White House years ago for being bad at his job. My boyfriend then asked me how Trump was bad at his job if our economy was really good under his presidency. I asked him if he believed the economy started over when a new president came into office, and I was genuinely shocked to hear him say yes. I had to take a breather for this one, but then I explained everything to him. The reason the economy was so good under his presidency was because he inherited Obama's tax plan. He was handed a good economy on a silver platter and he ran it into the ground, all because he wanted the rich to stay rich and the poor to stay poor. Then, when he was fired from office, Biden had to take over his poop economy and he's been trying to restore it. As of now, we are still under Trump's tax plan until 2025, so we are not paying high taxes because of Biden. In fact, if Trump gets elected into office, it would cost Americans $4,000 a year and trigger a recession. Meanwhile, Kamala was endorsed by more than 100 Nobel Prize winners who all support her economic plan because she actually knows what to do to help the American people. Honestly, in that moment, I wanted to break up with him, and since the relationship was as good as dead, I figured I could still get something out of this. So, I played into his ego, and told him that I was so confident Kamala would win I'd even put money on it. To fully appreciate the brilliance of this plan, you have to understand that I recently learned that you can trade on elections legally for the first time in 100 years, and I knew that there was no way the American public was stupid enough to let Donald Trump be president. So, this was a guaranteed win for me. The idiot instantly agreed and said that Trump had this in the bag, and was down to putting in a trade each for who would win the election. I told him, "Give me $3,000 and I'll put on Kamala, and you put $3,000 on Trump." We were both so confident we went on Kalshi and placed the trade, since it was the only platform where we could legally trade on elections. Disclaimer for anyone reading this is don't use other platforms since they aren't regulated. He didn't need the money since he's rich, but he's prideful and didn't want to lose. As for me, I believe it's one of the easiest bags of my life. The chances of Kamala losing are as low as Trump's odds of staying out of the spotlight. Honestly, if you don't believe me, place a trade on Kalshi. If you put money on Trump, I'll just make more money when he loses. And once I get paid out by Kalshi after the election, I'm going to break up with that racist rich boy. Besides wanting to win the bet, I don't want Trump to be president again because if he gets back in the White House we would be his 7th bankruptcy. America, don't let me down.